Hi everyone, my name's Paula Taylor and this is Tackle the Feelings Before the Behavior. And today I wanted to talk about authenticity and high levels of shame. And the reason I wanted to do this is it seems to be quite a theme in a lot of areas at the moment where people are noticing a lack of authentic connection and so much fake and so much, image-based sort of preferences, whereas trying to find truth, trying to find genuine connections, trying to find a sense of belonging where you feel like you actually know and trust the people around you is increasingly difficult. And it's something I've noticed hitting teenagers a lot, where we all used to tell our friends everything. We'd be on the phone for 3 hours, or we'd share each other's diaries, or I don't know about men so much, but we talked. We knew what was going on in each other's lives. We would vent out to our friends. And what I notice now is that, I don't know if it's the social media sort of coming into things, but everything's at a surface level. People are too scared or feel too vulnerable sharing negative things about themselves. People don't react well to negativity, and people don't want to be ostracized. They don't want to be left out, abandoned. And this is all that, when you hear abandonment, when you hear all that belonging, it's shame and disgust. Shame for that sense of self, and disgust in terms of how we feel like we fit in, where our role is with the other. And that's sort of the repellent thing that comes from disgust, that wound of disgust. So to try and find authenticity when everything in people's trauma is telling them to hide so much of themselves, we are feeling very disconnected at the moment, so many of us, in so many different ways. And people who don't have family or have trauma within the family, feel it, especially at the holiday season, at Christmas time, around these, if you're in America, Thanksgiving. If you're over here, it's the big, in South Africa, it's big holidays, school holidays and all that kind of thing. And we feel this disconnection, we feel grief, we feel loneliness. And the higher the levels of shame, the more we are losing authenticity. And that's sort of the message I wanted to say, is that it is becoming more and more important to heal that self-concept, that sense of self, more and more important to parent mindfully and consciously of emotional needs, of emotional connection, of that attachment bond, that primary bond. We need to be increasing the knowledge about these things and doing something about shame. Other examples which you'll find everywhere is narcissism. That is one of the big wounds of shame, when you can go to borderline personality disorder, you can go narcissistic personality disorder, and all of that is a very fragmented, fragile ego sense of self. Parts of you that just cannot regulate, and you've had to put up incredible walls and disconnect from so much of yourself. So it can get bad, and it feels like narcissism is everywhere, and you don't have to have the disorder to have narcissistic coping mechanisms. And we see that a lot. I've seen it in myself, being cut off, being, comparing myself to other people, maybe being manipulative at times, maybe gaslighting people, or, doing things like that without even consciously being aware of doing it, where we feel such incredible shame that we behave in certain ways to make ourselves feel better, to make ourselves feel worthy, accepted. We see so much bullying at the moment. It's all linked to shame, that fragile sense of self. When we see it in kids, we're seeing problems in the home. And no one can talk about anything because everybody's scared of being negative, of bringing negative emotion. So it can be very stuck, and it can be very dark. And I wanted to make you aware of that today. On that happy note, take care. Bye.